Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Wow. Pretty entertaining press conference today. I thought it was pretty funny, man. I think I'm gonna use this thumbnail with Eddie Hearn in the middle with his hands up. I thought that was pretty funny, him blocking the table. Now, realistically, I'm not going to act like a badass here. I mean, if somebody was throwing a table over my head, I would probably reacted the same. You got a damn table flying over your head. Your first reaction is to put your fucking hands up, But it just looked funny with Eddie Hearn, though. Now, as far as launching the table over innocent bystanders, so to speak, because he was trying to throw the table at Dillian Whyte. I didn't think that was cool. Like I said, what if the corner of the table would have cracked Eddie Hearn on top of his head? Some of you probably would have enjoyed that. But then you had Adam Smith there, and then you had Dillian Whyte's trainer. You don't want to do that. Even if he was aiming it at Dillian, you don't want to hit him with the table. I mean, you guys are going to be in a fight anyways, all right? So I really didn't like that, like including people and endangering Hearn and Adam Smith, and didn't think that was cool. Somebody asked Chisora if he was doing this to help sell the pay-per-view, and Chisora said, I don't know how true it is, but he said that he's not getting any pay-per-view money, that he's not getting any of the pay-per-view shares. So I'm not sure how true that is. I don't have access to his contract, so I'm not sure. That's what Chisora said. I think it's just real disdain between Chisora and Whyte. But this is Derek Chisora. Somebody sent me a message saying, man, did you see the presser today? Chisora went crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, nah, he didn't go crazy. He went Derek Chisora. This is what he does. I mean, when he kissed Carl Baker on the lips, that was suspect and crazy. We all know about him and David Haye. Even after the Klitschko fight, him and David Haye got into it at the post-fight press conference of the Klitschko fight. Then we all know about he glassed me when Haye punched him in the face with the bottle in his hand as he's punching him. They had their weigh-in with a fence between the two. What else did he do, man? Slapped Vitaly Klitschko at the weigh-in. Spit water in Vladimir's face when he entered the ring to fight Vitaly that night. What else did he do? He did some recently. Yeah, the shit with Kurbat Pulev at their face-off. Got into an altercation. I think somebody threw something at him. He chased them through the venue. I mean, just all types of crazy stuff. And then the gloves are off episode with Dillian Whyte. They get into it. He puts the water in Dillian Whyte's face, and Dillian stands up, throws a glass at him. Then they get into it. For what I'm hearing is they got into a scuffle and Chisora bit him on his chest. I've heard different stories about actually what happened. I heard Dillian threw some punches and I heard Chisora headbutt him. I mean, it's just crazy shit, man. So, nah, he didn't go crazy. He went Derek Chisora. This is what he does. And then you got Dillian Whyte. You got two guys who are just so on edge with each other, man, where that's all it takes is for one guy to say something and the other guy doesn't take to it well, and they get into it. Now, I've seen some interviews even during the press conference, a little bit before the Derek got up and launched the table, he got upset at Dillian because he kept saying, hey, man, you're threatening my life by saying, let's take it to the road. For you, for my American fans, take it to the streets. You know what I mean? Because Dillian was implying that even after the fight, he's going to attack Chisora. And he kept telling Chisora, you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. I'm going to, even after the fight, it's still going to be on. And then he says something to the likes of me and you alone somewhere, Derek, and I'll put your lights out. Referring to even if it's not in the ring, I'm still coming after you. So Derek took that as, well, shit, you're threatening my life and you want to take it to the road. Now, Dillian kept saying, oh, no, you're twisting my words. I didn't say take it to the road. Now, my opinion is this. Okay, Dillian, you didn't say take it to the road. But you did imply even after the fight, you're still going to attack him. That's what you said, bro. And when you got two alpha males like this that are waiting to get at each other, you got to assume that's how the other person going to take it, right? It's like saying if you call another grown man a bitch, Say, yeah, man, quit being a bitch. And then he confronts you about it. Now he wants to fight. You can't say, oh, no, what I meant is, you're just being a little disgruntled, you know. You can't say that. Like, you call that man a bitch. The way you meant to say it, the way you was trying to convey the message doesn't matter anymore. It got lost in translation. The only thing he hears is, you call me a bitch. It's on. You know what I mean? Some of you may call it being short-tempered or, okay, well, you got to realize who the fuck you're talking to. But Dillian doesn't care. You know what I mean? But, he tried to retract those statements. And I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, you didn't say take it to the road, or you didn't say I'm going to kill you. But at the same time, that's how Chisora took it, because both you guys are going at it. You know what I mean? Even when they were being cordial, as far as, the whole time they were going off on each other. But even before it broke loose like that, you can tell there was like that latent hostility there. You know what I mean? Even when they're trying to just sit and, go at each other respectfully, I guess. It just got blown out of proportion, man, because two short-tempered guys, man. You know what I mean? Two short-tempered guys. And it's just, they got into it before. I believe it was the day that Dillian Whyte signed that contract with Hearn. And I remember Chisora was there, and they got into it in the hotel lobby. They had to get between them and break them up. So this has been brewing for a while. You know what I mean? It's been brewing for a while. They've had their history in the gym, working out or sparring each other years ago. Then I seen Dillian Whyte's trainer get involved after Chisora launched the table. He threw something at Chisora as they pulled, he got pulled off stage. Man, it was just crazy. I can't wait for this fight, man. I can't wait for this fight. And to me, without that happening, I still wanted to see this fight. It's not like since that happened, I want to see the fight even more. No, it's an important fight because it's a WBC eliminator fight. The fighter advances in his career. The loser is going to have to climb his way back, man. You know what I mean? This fight was important, in my opinion, for me anyways, regardless of them getting into it on The Gloves Are Off, or them launching a table, or Chisora launching a table at White. Then what was funny, when he launched it, fucking Dillian Whyte's just sitting there with his arms crossed, just looking. I don't think he flinched. I think he did a slight flinch, and that was to his trainer, I think. But he just sitting there with his arms folded, just watching the table in the air. Just watching the table in the air, like, it's like the bravado and the machismo is like at an all-time high. It was like almost Dillian's like, yeah, throw the tape. I'm not going to flinch to show you, that you don't scare me. Like, I literally think if one of these dudes pulled out a gun on each other, the other one wouldn't flinch just to show his bravado. You know what I mean? Like, the testosterone is just fucking just over the top with these two. They're in this constant battle to prove, to one-up each other, man, with this bravado there. So, they're antagonizing each other the whole time, but it seemed as if, they're trying to get it under each other's skin. And if you want to say that Dillian got under his skin because Chisora threw something, I guess you could say that, but he was asking for it, kind of. He was kind of asking for it. And then, in my opinion, he did kind of renege with the, he didn't say he's going to, he didn't say he's going to kill the dude, but at the same time, though, when you making hints towards after the fight, I'm coming after you, and if I see you somewhere, I'm coming after you, that's pretty much saying you want to fight the dude on the street without you actually saying those words. Because that's how I would have took it. You know what I mean? So, but the thing is, they're going to fight anyways. That's why when he threw the table, I'm like, man, I hope the British Board of Boxing don't get involved and think it's too dangerous. Because you're going to fight anyways. That's what Evander Holyfield, that's why I loved Evander, man, because he would say that shit too. Like, hey, man, we got to fight anyway. So we can sit here and act like we're mad as hell at each other. He told that to Tyson. We got to fight anyways. He told him that at the press conference for their first fight. So when it comes to the weigh-in, man, I think they might have to have those guys come on stage separately. I don't think we need a face-off. Why even put this fight in danger of not happening by putting these dudes face-to-face? You don't want any more disruptions or chaos or commotion going on. Just have these guys weigh each other, or just, weigh these guys, have, Chisora go first or whatever, weigh him, check the scale, bam, do his little pose to the cameras and the media, get him off stage, let about 5 minutes pass to make sure he's completely off stage, none of his entourages or people that's with him are there. Then bring, Dillian Whyte up next, do the same thing. Just have it like that. I'm almost at the mindset, even when they get in the ring, kind of do a Tyson versus Lennox Lewis thing where they had the security guards lined up between both camps. You know what I mean? Just so this fight can get underway and get it over with. And hopefully when these guys go in there, usually, not all the time, but usually when guys go in there and give it all they got and fight and put it all on the line, blood, sweat, and tears, usually after the fight, they can at least give a glove tap. Hey, good fight, good fight. At least for the 10 minutes they're in the ring after the fight or 5 minutes they're in the ring after the fight, it'll be calmed down enough to where they can at least be around each other in that situation. Then the next day, I'm pretty sure they'll be at it again. But just so nothing crazy will break out, man. But, then Dillian Whyte, man, he has a short temper too. Look at this shit with Joshua. The arguments he was getting into with Anthony Joshua before their fight. And Joshua's a mellow dude. I know Dillian kept saying this isn't the real Joshua that he's showing you fans and media on camera. He's different. And the only Joshua I know is just the calm, relaxed guy. He's a confident kid, but I don't see the Joshua he's talking about. I know Joshua got caught up with selling weeds back in the day. But just because you sold some weed and did some dirt don't mean that you're a boisterous, disrespectful dude. But a lot of people say Joshua's putting on the act. I don't know, man. I have no idea. But he wanted to get into it with AJ. Even with the David Allen fight, he didn't want to bump gloves or shake hands with Allen before the bell. Just Dillian's always doing something. Then I forget which round it was with Anthony Joshua, where at the end of one of the rounds, I think AJ probably landed a punch after the bell, and then Dillian just went crazy as hell. Started just swinging, and the people had to come in the ring and separate. I mean, it's just Dillian Whyte's always doing something. Then you added that with Derek Chisora. Yikes. Yikes. A lot of people think this may turn into a boring fight. That I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure because it was, I think Derek's trying to get under his skin, use his experience, get under his skin, and make him come out trying to knock him out in the first round, blow his wide, and then slow him down, and then take him into deep waters. That's what he said. Chisora's going to be there to try to put on the pressure. So Derek's going to, not Derek, but Dillian's going to use his jab, fight off that back foot a little bit. I've already gave a breakdown, man, but that's what Chisora, I think, wanted to do, is get to have Dillian come in the first 2 rounds and get tired and gas himself out. And I think Dillian wanted Derek to lose his cool at the presser like he did. But he always does this. It's not like, you're making him lose his cool for the first time. I mean, he always does this type of shit. So it's nothing new. But I thought it was entertaining. Do I want to watch the fight even more now? Not really, because I was anticipating this fight because it's the WBC Eliminator. So it's very important to me. I think it adds, to some casual fans, it'll sell the pay-per-view a little bit more to those guys. But for me, I'm anticipating this. Even if they're getting along like Parker and Ruiz is getting along right now, I still want to see this fight. But yeah, man, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you think about this? The only thing that I didn't like about this is just him launching the table over other people that had, where it could have hit somebody in the head or injured somebody. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. But rather than that, man, the shit was pretty funny, pretty entertaining. And what do you expect from Chisora and Whyte? You know what I mean? What do you really expect, man? You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.